Welcome, my dear students, to Family and Friends 4, Unit 7, In the Park, Lesson 6, Writing. Lesson Objectives. By the end of this lesson, my dear students, you should be able to use must and mustn't with or and to write rules using must and mustn't with or and. But remember, you need to have a pen or a pencil and a notebook in front of you. When you finish, press the Enter key to move on to the following slide. Now, when do we use must and when do we use mustn't? Use must plus and. For example, you must throw the rubbish in the bin and keep your class clean. And we use mustn't plus or. For example, you mustn't bring your mobile phone to school or any other gadget. Remember, my students, use and with positive sentences using must. For example, you must listen to your teacher and do your homework. And use or with negative sentences using mustn't. For example, you mustn't cheat in the exam or talk to your friends. Is that clear, my dear students? And now, my dear students, please follow these writing rules. Capitalize the first word of a sentence. The first letter of that word should start with a capital letter. You must end your sentence with a full stop. Leave spaces between the words and write on the lines. And now, in this activity, fill in the gaps with and or. When you finish, press the Enter key to check your answers. And now, check your answers. Number 1, you must listen to the teacher and work hard. Number 2, you mustn't read comics or eat in the classroom. Number 3, you must do your homework and turn off your mobile phone. Number 4, you mustn't use your MP3 or CD player while studying. Number 5, you must be helpful and kind to others. And now, in the second activity, you are going to fill in the blanks using must or mustn't. When you finish, my dear students, you are going to press the Enter key to check your answers. And now, check your answers. Number 1, you must respect your teacher and treat him politely. You mustn't beat your classmates or disrespect them. You must do your homework and revise your lessons. You mustn't cross the road when the signal for pedestrians is red. You mustn't disturb patients or shout at hospitals. You mustn't read comics or draw during the lesson. And now, look at the following pictures and write sentences using must or mustn't. When you finish, my dear students, press the Enter key to check for possible answers. All the best. Now, check your answers. You must throw rubbish in the bin. You mustn't eat or drink in the class. You mustn't shout in the classroom. You mustn't bring your mobile phone to school. Now, in this writing activity, you should write a poster for cinema rules using must or mustn't with and or. The poster should contain at least 4 rules. But before you start, remember, my students, you should use capital letters at the beginning of each sentence and use your finger space between the words. Use a full stop at the end of each sentence. Check your spelling, use the correct tense, and of course, do not forget to use must and mustn't with and or in your sentences. All the best. Are you ready? Check for possible answers. Number 1. You must clean up your trash. Number 2. You mustn't bring your own food or drinks. Number 3. You mustn't talk loudly in the cinema or talk on the phone. Number 4. You must respect people in the cinema and not annoy them. And number 5. You mustn't bring your toddlers to the cinema or leave your children unattended there. Well done, my dear students. You did a great job. Our lesson has come to an end. Goodbye.